what is TED? Who is TED? TED, are you out there somewhere? And what makes for a TED-worthy idea? We're going to talk about all of this and more right after this. Hey, it's Davide Di Giorgio, and come along on the TED journey with me from idea to multiple failures to I'm going to be taking you right backstage and onto the red dot. Subscribe at beingunapologetictv.com for that and more great content, and follow the entire TEDx journey at 123celebrate.com. All right, so who is TED? Well, TED is not actually a person. So the brand started in 1984 when a group of people got together and decided they wanted to create a platform for great ideas. And TED stands for technology, entertainment, and design. And taken right from their website, a TEDx talk or a TED Talk is a showcase for speakers presenting great, well-formed ideas in under 18 minutes. Why 18 minutes? Well, they decided that it was short, and to keep the focus, 18 minutes is about the time where people will start to check out, and it was just a great idea to have it be 18 minutes. So they implemented their own branding there. So what actually is TED worthy? And again, directly from the TED website, you can find this all. This is free public information. A TED idea is something that's new and surprising, an idea or an invention that your audience has never heard about. So if you've created something that no one's ever heard about, I'm actually talking to someone right now who has a great idea that I think would be amazing for a TEDx stage, and I'd love to help him bring this idea to life. Great, that would be TED worthy. Also, if you haven't invented something or created something brand new, TED worthy would also be a great basic idea that maybe your audience has already heard about, with a compelling new argument behind it that challenges beliefs and perspectives. So that's what Simon Sinek did, that's what Brene Brown did, that's what many of the great viral TED Talks have done, is they've taken something that's in the regular culture, in the regular idea space of a community, of a culture, of an area, and they've added a new spin, and that is an idea absolutely worth spreading, and that is the tagline of TED is ideas worth spreading. Now, here's a couple of basic rules of if you want to bring an idea to the TED stage, what you have to stay away from. They stay away from selling from the stage. So those of you who speak to sell, you cannot sell yourself. I could not sell my book on the stage. I wouldn't want to be talking about my book necessarily. Actually, not directly, you wouldn't want to be selling anything on the stage, and even indirectly, it's just kind of a no. You don't have any political agendas with the TED Talk. You don't want to have any religious agendas in a TED Talks, and they only support good science. So generally they'll stay away from pseudoscience. So you have to be careful with how you're gonna really present your idea, so that you're not talking about medical things if you're not a medical doctor. That's a good example to put out there for what would not fly on a TEDx stage. So how did I start this journey? It was actually probably early 2018 when I finally decided, after working with multiple performers, presenters, speakers for a long time, pretty much my entire life, that finally I wanted to step out from behind the curtain, which explains the cover of my book. After I wrote Being Unapologetic, I thought, well, what would it look like if I stepped into the spotlight to show other people what it looked like to be an empowered, visionary speaker, visionary leader, influential leader. And so the original idea that I came up with was the X factor of great leaders. So I've worked with performers for a long time, in musical theater in particular, and I started to discover over my work and research for a long time that it's not what you're saying or what you're doing that matters, it's who you're being that really creates a difference for an audience or for employees or for communities. It's who you're being that makes the difference. So this idea of the X factor of great leaders, stop doing, start being, was a potential subtitle, was the first idea. And it all starts with an idea. And what you do is you create your idea, and then you have to be able to verbalize it, to say it in a couple of sentences, and to present that idea. And stay tuned. In the next video, I will actually share with you the original video that I used to shop around this idea, and we can pull it apart so that we can see why it didn't work, because actually that idea was shopped around to several hundred TEDx TEDx events, and it did not get chosen. And there's a reason. It just wasn't quite worth spreading quite enough. And we'll talk more about that tomorrow. Subscribe at beingunapologetictv.com to learn more. Follow me along on the journey at 123celebrate.com. Until next time, start thinking about your idea worth spreading and make it as specific as possible. See you.